Yo, what's up, guys? It's Richard here, and I'm bringing you kind of like a goodbye to Modern Warfare 3. Something that I believe it deserves. No matter how badly the game was, I believe it deserves a goodbye. Since Black Ops 2 is basically gonna come out in 2 days. From today I'm recording is Sunday, so yes, in 2 days it's gonna be Tuesday, November 13th, and we're gonna enjoy the goodness that is Black Ops 2. And so, what I plan to do with this video is basically just give it a eulogy. Since Modern Warfare 3 is dying, and if you don't know what a eulogy is, it's basically that speech that people give at funerals saying how great the person was, this and that. And this is kind of how it is. But as we all know, Modern Warfare 3 was not good, and I do plan on being brutally honest when it comes to this game. So, let's get started. But I can't really compare it yet before I compare it to everything else. You get me? Like, I can't talk about it before I compare it to Modern Warfare 2 and Black Ops 1. Modern Warfare 2 is a great game, and if you say it's not, I don't know what you played. I don't know whether you just played for the last few months, but it was hella good time. The guns were good, no matter how overpowered they were. The kill streaks were balanced, no matter... Well, okay, we're not going to say balanced here, but they were good kill streaks. They were good. They could have been probably added a little bit more points, more kills to get, but hey, they were good nonetheless. The maps were amazing. I mean, do you guys remember High Rise and Terminal? Oh my god, those were amazing. But it's very few flaws in gameplay with the guns, just killed it. And the little kids coming into Call of Duty just ended everything from there on out. So it was great. It could have been the best Call of Duty yet, but it's very few flaws ended up killing it. It killed itself in a sense. Black Ops 1 was what we wanted. Nobody can say that Black Ops 1 was a bad game because they didn't like it. Now, the reason I say that is because I specifically remember Treyarch asking for all of us, like, what we wanted. Do you want this? Do you not want that? Do you want this changed? And I'm pretty sure a lot of people talked to Treyarch, messaged them, talked to them on Twitter, and said a bunch of stuff that changed everything. It wasn't just a simple make the game, ship it out. It was, what do you guys want? Give us. We'll write a list, and we'll check it off in the game, and there you go. There's the game that you wanted, and it's true. We cannot say that that game was not what we wanted, because it was. And unfortunately, we got what we wanted, and that was boring. Because what I really hope Black Ops 2 brings to the table is that it doesn't just give us what we want, it tells us what we want. And there is a big difference. There is a big difference. Well, not necessarily want, but what we need as well. And unfortunately for Black Ops 1, it just became boring. It was very slow. Very, very slow. It wasn't very competitive in a sense. There were times that it just wasn't very competitive. You were just mind-numbingly walking around, shooting everything that moves. Everything. Zombies was amazing. Zombies was amazing. That we can all agree. But that's just how it was. And now we're here with Modern Warfare 3. Considerably, most likely, the worst Call of Duty of this series. And it's unfortunate to say that because it brought a lot. It did bring a lot. It just, the execution was just so horrendous. It just could not work out. Look, as you just saw, the spawns. The spawns in the maps are one of the worst and one of the biggest topics to talk about in this game. Because that is just it. There's no redemption from this. As you've seen throughout this this gameplay, I've spawned and died, and I've also seen people spawn and I kill them immediately within the first 5 seconds. And right there, that's another one. There's another one right there. There's no redeeming quality for this game at all. Now, I'm not gonna just destroy this game, because it did bring a few things to the table, and mostly were game types. That was basically it. Now, granted, there were game types from other games that have done those game types as well, but we can't just be ignorant of it. We can say Kill confirmed, that was something I never seen before. I personally never seen before. Team defender, another thing. All or nothing, pretty good. That's also new. Infected, I've seen that before in Time Splitters 2 virus mode. It's basically the same thing, except instead of killing them, I believe if I remember correctly, all you had to do was touch them. But nonetheless is still the same, roughly. Drop zone, I believe that there has been a drop zone type game in another game. I'm sorry. And so it brings something new to the table, but it just, in its execution, in the spawns, in the maps, it just were terrible. Every single map in this game was bad. I don't think not even one map, I think maybe Dome. Dome is probably the only exception in which the spawns were right. The spawns were functional, they worked. They weren't just a simple, okay, random spawn. No. And what I mean by random spawn is like the placement, like Infinity Ward actually putting in the spawn is like, alright, put this blindfold on and click 5 spots. That's it. I don't mean it like that. And we had brought back Terminal, and that actually solved a little bit of our problems, of our spawning problems. But nonetheless, it was just bad. The guns were relatively the same. I mean, give or take some recoil depending on the gun. There were OP weapons. Of course, there's always going to be an OP weapon. The secondaries, the handguns were awful. The Desert Eagle, for some god-awful reason, it was awful. The FMG9 basically destroyed this game for the first 6 weeks. Not 6 weeks, 6 months. And that was terrible. The launchers, basically all the little kids and everybody just said, screw this game, it's gonna be done. And for this like last month or 2 months, people just used secondaries like it was the end of the world. As though there was an RPG club that they wanted to join and they had to have like a certain amount of kills on that RPG. You know what I mean? Now I'll also give it to them about the packages. There's a strike package, assault no, not the strike package. That's the name for it in general. The assault, support, and specialist package. Those were great. Except for some support which really did not need to be there. Mostly due to the fact that it was just too overpowered. Just kill 11 people, I'm not really too sure. You get an EMP or a stealth bomber. That's not fair. That's something that hurts the enemy. That's not something that helps the team too much. Like, effectively itself. Count UAV definitely helps. SAM turret definitely helps. Everything else I'm not too sure about. And that's basically true. So, what do we stand here? We stand with Modern Warfare 2, the second best game in the series, in my opinion. Could have been the best if it had the bugs worked out. Black Ops 1 needed to be a little bit more competitive and more fast-paced, which Black Ops 2 looks like it'll bring. Because seeing some of the maps, it's actually very close combat, close range, and powerful. Whatever powerful means, I just threw that in there for just some effect. And this game will just be remembered as that game. That one bad game that hopefully will still remain only one bad game in this series, right? And we did have to give where credit is due, and so that's where we leave. That is where we leave Modern Warfare 3, ladies and gentlemen. It's the game that could have been it. It could have been Infinity Ward's redemption. It could have fixed everything. If only, to be honest, this is my own personal opinion. I'm not saying everything in general. And excuse me if you hear my house phone. If only they remade Modern Warfare 2, fixed everything that they could have fixed, or that they had to fix, that's it. That's all they had to do. Literally. I would buy Modern Warfare 2 again if they fixed everything. Because that was the game. That was the best game I've played as first person. And I'm not ashamed to say that. I'm pretty sure a lot of you would agree with me. Anyway, the game's wrapping up. I hope you like this little eulogy. Give me a like, please. It helps out a lot. Subscribe. Comment. Anything is appreciated. So once again, I want to say goodbye to Modern Warfare 3. It was a pleasure meeting you, but you know, you just weren't the game that I wished you would be. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out, home dogs.
So RMFG, we meet again.
Humiliation.